Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for gathering here this morning. Demilitarize Brooklyn Navy Yard is a coalition of neighbors, workers, tenants, students, and concerned citizens demanding the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation, the landlord of the Navy Yard, terminate their leases and evict genocide profiteer tenants Crye Precision and Easy Aerial, who manufacture and supply the Israeli occupation forces with weapons and technology for surveillance, occupation, and murder. For 1 year, we have been pressuring the Brooklyn Navy Yard CEO Lindsey Green, board chair Hank Gutman, and all board members to listen to the community it claims to serve. And for 1 year, they have refused to use their power to disrupt the flow of weapons and gear used by the IOF to murder Palestinians. As we stand here right now, the Navy Yard board meeting is taking place inside Building 92. Unusually, there is a public comment section where the community can speak, but at 9 p.m. last night, we received an email from Lindsey Green informing us that community members cannot speak and the public section is closed. Yay. Yay. This is after already emailing them ahead of time and letting them know that community members will be attending the board meeting. To that we say, Lindsey Green, Hank Gutman, and the entire board have blood on their hands. As we approach the 2-year mark of the genocide in Gaza, the news is more horrific than ever. It's projected that over 600,000 Palestinians have been murdered by Israel. Elders older than Israel have been killed. Babies that have been born during this genocide have died only knowing this genocide. Palestinians are intentionally starved en masse by Israel and then shot at when they seek food. It is shameful and morally repugnant that the Brooklyn Navy Yard Board continues to lease space to Easy Aerial and Crye Precision. These war profiteers manufacture technical gear and drones used not only by the IDF in the genocide of Palestinians, but here in New York City by ICE, NYPD to terrorize our communities. Tenants, workers, neighborhood residents, and families have made it clear these companies do not reflect our community values. We do not want any part in the US-backed Zionist entity's extermination campaign in Gaza. This starts with rejecting the presence of weapon manufacturers in our community that are complicit in this Holocaust. We demand the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation, led by CEO Lindsey Green, board chair Hank Gutman, immediately terminate the leases and evict Easy Aerial and Crye Precision, and create a policy to ban all military contractors and genocide profiteers from leasing space in the Navy Yard, and prohibit all tenants from engaging in military research, developing, and manufacturing. Our demands remain firm and unchanged. Simply evict Easy Aerial, evict Crye Precision, no weapon manufacturers in Brooklyn. The rage of the workers and tenants and community members are clear. We will not stop. We will not quit until our demands are met. Thank you.
Good morning. Do you hear me?
Yeah, really close. You don't have
Oh, I don't.
to put it real close to you, right?
Good morning. My name is Maisha Morales. I'm a former small business owner, a lifelong resident of Fort Greene, Brooklyn, a community advocate and organizer. I want to thank all of you today, our neighbors, our allies, and Senator Brisport as being one of the only elected officials who came here today to stand with us. about one issue. It's about what kind of city we want to live in and what values we want to uphold right here in our own backyard. Let me be absolutely clear. It is outrageous that on public land, our tax dollars, our land, two companies, Crye Precision and Aerial, are being subsidized while they profit from war, genocide, and surveillance. These companies manufacture weapons and drones and tactical gear that are used to kill innocent people abroad, including children, and to terrorize immigrant families through ICE and DHS here at home. They profit from destruction, from repression, and from pain. And yet, they are given space and resources at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Meanwhile, our small businesses, our local entrepreneurs, our black and brown innovators, the very people this city claims to uplift, are shut out. They are struggling for space, for opportunity, for survival. Instead of using the Navy Yard to support them, instead of making room for business that build life, we are subsidizing corporations that profit from death. This is not the mission of the Navy Yard. This mission was to be about supporting local, women-owned, minority-owned, and working-class businesses, about creating good jobs and opportunities for New Yorkers. That mission has been twisted and betrayed. Make no mistake, this is not just about what's happening overseas. This is about the harm done here at home. I want to let this ambulance go by. The same surveillance and technology used abroad comes back to target our neighborhoods. The same militarization that fuels war abroad fuels policing and repression in Brooklyn and all across New York City. The same dollars that should go towards housing, healthcare, schools, and small business support are being funneled into the pockets of war profiteers. We cannot and we will not accept this. We will not allow our public land to be a staging ground for weapons of war. We will not allow our tax dollars to subsidize companies that criminalize and displace our people. This is a moral issue. It's about justice. It's about who we are as a city and what we choose to stand for. And today we are standing together to say no more. No more profiteers in our backyards. War profiteers, that is. No more subsidies for genocide and surveillance. No more betrayal of the people's trust. We demand the evictions of these companies. We demand that the Navy Yard be realigned with its true mission, creating opportunity, dignity, and prosperity for the people of Brooklyn and all New York City. For our families, for our youth, for our workers, not for corporations with blood on their hands. This is our line in the sand. And together with our voices, our organizing, and our power, we will win this fight. I just have to say something to our elected officials that are not here today, to the board of the Navy Yard, okay, to Lindsey Green and Hank Gutman. This is your moment. I'm asking you to pause, to look within, and to ask yourselves, is this really who we are? Is this really what you want your leadership to stand for? Because I know that at least some of you are better than this. I know you care about your constituents. I know you care about justice, about the future of this city. But actions speak louder than words. And right now, the action needed is courage. Courage to say no more to war profiteers. Courage to say no to subsidizing genocide. Courage to realign the Navy Yard with its true mission. Serving the people of Brooklyn, of New York City, not corporations that bring death and surveillance into our communities. We're watching you. History is watching you. And I urge you, choose the side of justice. Choose the side of your people.
Thank you. Sorry, the next one is...
Get closer to the banner. Like this. There we go. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm a local parent and educator. I'm a part of Brooklyn Families for Palestine. And we're proud to stand in solidarity with the Demilitarize Brooklyn Navy Yard campaign to confront weapons manufacturers here in Brooklyn. The Brooklyn Navy Yard is owned by the City of New York. It belongs to us. And the community is demanding that the board evict weapons manufacturers Crye Precision and Aerial now. These two companies make the tactical gear, the drones, and other surveillance tech used by ICE, the NYPD, the IOF, and the Department of Defense. Brooklyn families will not simply stand by while the U.S. and Israel carry out a genocide and occupy Palestine, and while these companies profit off of it. They're also profiting off the surveillance, imprisonment, and deportation of black and brown children and families right here in New York City. Shame! Shame! It makes me sick to think that we're allowing these murderous weapons to be made here in our own neighborhood. I've seen these drones and quadcopters dropping bombs and shooting at families and tents in Gaza. And if Gaza seems too far away for you to consider, know that whatever brutal weapons they test out on Palestinians, they will eventually come here for us as well. Just last night, the president and CEO of the Brooklyn Navy Yard, Lindsey Green, notified us that they had rescinded any opportunity for public comment at this morning's board meeting, per usual. But this cowardice will not stop us from being heard. They also closed this gate, which is a public courtyard, by a city-owned entity. They closed this gate so that we could not have our press conference in a public setting. But this won't stop us from being heard. To the board, I want you to know that we will continue to picket each week to demand that the Brooklyn Navy Yard finally align with its tenants, neighbors, workers, and families across the city, that we want Aerial and Crye Precision out of Brooklyn. We also demand that the board establish a policy that no weapons manufacturers be allowed to do this sort of disgusting business here in the future. One last thing I want to say to families across New York City: Israel's annihilation of Palestinian families is not some esoteric problem that you are helpless in changing. It starts right here in your own neighborhood. We ask you to join us in this effort to stop the production of weapons in Brooklyn. Join us with your own children. Don't wait until they're asking what your family did during the genocide. They inherently know the difference between right and wrong, so they will ask. Because unlike the spinelessness that this board has shown us this last year, our children have the audacity to believe that there is a future worth fighting for, and that future necessitates an end to this war machine. Thank you.
Test. Okay, good morning everybody. Thank you all for being out here. I want to thank the Demilitarize Brooklyn Navy Yard campaign. I want to thank you to all the press that are taking the time to cover this. Today, I am State Senator Jabari Brisport. I represent this community as well as Clinton Hill, Brownsville, Ocean Hill, Bed-Stuy. And I gotta say, I was horrified to learn about these two businesses being here. And I was horrified because I have been a huge supporter of the Navy Yard for years. I've been a huge supporter of Lindsey Green and her leadership for years, and I have always stood by the mission, the stated mission of the Brooklyn Navy Yard to uplift our community. And I've seen them do a lot of work to make sure they are centering the marginalized, the black and brown people in our community, women-owned businesses, immigrants, formerly incarcerated. We cannot do all that on the backs of a genocide. It is nothing but hypocritical to uplift the marginalized here while harming the marginalized in Gaza. And I'll be brief because a lot of what I wanted to say has been said already by a lot of these incredible organizers. But to Easy Aerial and to Crye Precision, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Because since this campaign started, they have now tried to hide behind supply chain arguments. Saying, oh, I just make the drones, I don't put the weapons on them. Oh, I just make the design, I don't send that design to Gaza. Shame on you, we have the receipts, we know who you are, we know what you do, and you will be removed from the Brooklyn Navy Yard, whether you like it or not. Mark my words, they will be removed, they will be evicted, and I'm calling on the Brooklyn Navy Yard and its leadership to make sure that is done as expeditiously as possible. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being with us today. My name is Shajay. I'm a lifelong Brooklynite, and I've been a resident of Fort Greene and Clifton Hill for the past 7 years, living just a few blocks from the Navy Yard. My family came here a generation ago as refugees after the Holocaust, a genocide facilitated in part by U.S. tech companies like International Business Machines, also known as IBM. The entire history of the technology sector in the U.S. is riddled with state violence. The United States government subsidized the development of the earliest computers and internet during the Cold War to give the military and their allies armed forces an edge in imperial conflicts. After 9/11, the government paid Silicon Valley exorbitant amounts of public money to create new surveillance tools and weapons used to suppress people at home and murder them abroad. Today, we are confronting another generation of blood-soaked tech companies profiting off of slaughter. And today I stand here on a sidewalk to call on the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation board to immediately evict 2 tech companies hosted in the Navy Yard, Easy Aerial and Crye Precision, that are currently helping to facilitate the genocide in Palestine. Now, I understand and respect the work of many of the businesses hosted here in the Navy Yard. There are organizations like One Community, which Fresh Pantry helps feed and support families all over Fort Greene and Clifton Hill, and the Brooklyn STEAM Center that offers educational opportunities to local high school students. There are tech companies like Clip that are helping to build a greener, more sustainable future. However, arms manufacturers like Easy Aerial and Crye Precision are working to fuel the carnage in Palestine and are profiting off of the blood spilled there. They're contributing to a death toll that is at the very least, at the lowest estimates, 65,000, and maybe as high as hundreds of thousands. Easy Aerial's drone technology helps Israeli forces murder children, while Crye Precision's tech camo and gear supply the Israeli government's death squads in Gaza. In addition to their work with the Israeli military, Crye Precision and Easy Aerial supply the Department of Homeland Security and ICE, which is currently ripping apart communities and harming New Yorkers across the city. I cannot be a neighbor with those who are helping to commit genocide, who are helping to actively destroy my community and destroy those abroad. Even today, the corruption seeping from the violence of Easy Aerial and Crye Precision is tainting our communities and our city. Publicly owned land, like the courtyard behind us, is closed off from me and my neighbors. As we see with the and public comments for the Development Corporation meeting have been disallowed. This is just another example of the corrosive effect that this genocide is having on our commons and our democracy. We see people across the city being ripped apart, being ripped from their homes. People like Mahmoud Khalil, people like in Massachusetts, Rumeza Ozturk, who are speaking out against the genocide. And now, here today, this is another example of speech being suppressed by those who are profiting from the genocide. The Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation must evict Crye Precision. They must evict Easy Aerial. The Navy Yard's lease agreements must be rewritten to prevent malicious companies like these from taking root in our community and spreading their harm across the world and across the city. Thank you again for being here today. May tomorrow bring more peace and justice and freedom for Palestine.
Good morning, New York. My name is Felicity Doyle. I am a 10-year resident of Brooklyn, and I live about a mile away from the Navy Yard. I commuted here by bus. It was only a few months ago when I learned that these two companies, Crye Precision and Easy Aerial, are housed within the directory of the Navy Yard. Not only are they integral suppliers of the live stream slaughter happening in Gaza, but these same machines and materials are used against our city residents by the NYPD and ICE. I do not feel safe. We need to disrupt the supply chain of this government-backed genocide and make space for smaller businesses that will enrich our community instead of surveilling it and disrupting our right to privacy. We need to prioritize people over profit. I can't sleep at night because these two companies poach and brainwash the youth of New York City. They use the STEAM Center as a front. They claim to provide opportunities in education, design, and technology when they are grooming these high school students to enter the military and weapons tech manufacturing industries. I can't sleep at night because I know that the military supply chain of Benjamin Netanyahu's apartheid campaign reaches all the way into my backyard. Shame on BNYDC CEO Lindsey Green for censoring us. Shame on her for preventing us from making public comment at their board meeting occurring right now. Shame! Shame! Shame on these genocide profiteers. Shame! Shame! People of New York, I urge you to stand in solidarity with a growing number of community members to evict Crye Precision and evict Easy Aerial. Help us wash the blood from Brooklyn's hands. Thank you. Okay. Can you all hear me? Okay. Can you all hear me? Okay, perfect. So my name is Layla. I'm a Palestinian American living in New York City. It's good to be here with everyone. The reason why we are here today is that we do not believe that weapons manufacturers should be in our backyard. We do not believe that these weapons manufacturers like Easy Aerial and Crye Precision, we do not believe that these companies should be getting tax breaks and special incentives by the city in order to stay here. I have been personally impacted by this genocide, as have many Palestinian New Yorkers. We have repeatedly pressured Brooklyn Navy Yard to evict Easy Aerial and Crye Precision for over a year. We have exhausted all methods. We've done pickets, we've done petitions, we've done community outreach. We have repeatedly tried to make our voices heard that we do not want these weapons being made in our backyard. And yet they refuse to listen to us. As long as Easy Aerial and as long as Crye Precision remain at Brooklyn Navy Yard, we will be here and there will be
people here resisting genocide in our backyards. We're not going anywhere. To Lindsey Green, to the board members of Brooklyn Navy Yard, evict Easy Aerial, evict Crye Precision. Our demands are simple. Meet them.
That's right.
Thank you everyone for being here.
Can everyone hear me okay? Yes. Okay. I just want to thank everyone who spoke here today. I really appreciate you standing up for what's right in our community. It's disgusting that we have to continue doing this and that the board's response is to lock us out instead of listening to the people in the community who want nothing to do with this genocide. Who want nothing to do with the surveillance of our children, of our friends, of our community members by the companies that are here subsidized by our tax dollars. On behalf of the Demilitarize campaign, I want to reiterate our simple demands. Evict Easy Aerial, evict Crye Precision, ban all military manufacturers and research from the Navy Yard. Our brothers, sisters, and comrades in Palestine are being massacred. But the Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation makes our outrage, our grief, our demands, and the actions the problem, pulling us into pointless discussions and debates while Palestinians are being genocided and they profit from it. 100 lifetimes would not be long enough to mourn even a fraction of the stolen lives since October 7th or the innumerable lives stolen in over 75 years of occupation. We are gathered today to demand justice and to demand accountability. Our siblings in Palestine are fighting as we must fight here too. We must remember this. Palestine will never die. The martyrs will never die. Their stories live and we will never forget. We will never forget what is happening here under the watch of this board and this Navy Yard right here in our community. Every martyr is love, every martyr is a world, and every martyr has taught us how we must live. There is nothing more sacred than freedom. There is nothing more pure than liberation. Palestine has shown us that we will never be able to just ask for liberation from a world that is intent on our oppression. We must rise up and take it for ourselves. We are not freeing Palestine. Palestine is freeing us. Down the street in front of Building 77, comrades are picketing the majority of the Navy Yard's financial hub. There is no peace during a genocide. There is no peace on stolen land. There will be no peace at the Navy Yard's financial hub. There will be no peace at the Navy Yard until Easy Aerial, Crye Precision, and all military manufacturers are removed from the Navy Yard. Thank you.
Good morning, comrades. Good morning. My name is Maisha Morales. I'm a lifelong resident of this community, an organizer, an activist. Today, as I've been doing for a while, I joined the rest of the coalition to express my outrage, my disappointment. Today, the Brooklyn Navy Yard had their board meeting. In June, when they were supposed to have their board meeting, and there is a period for community to speak, for the public to speak, they then canceled that meeting. Today's meeting now, in September, we had already informed them that community members were coming to speak, so they knew this. They waited till 9 o'clock last night to say that the community public speaking part has now been closed and canceled. Okay? We had a press conference right here, Building 92. We were joined by many community members, the press, over 30 people, and many of you comrades. We were surrounded again with police, with security, right? We are community, we are Brooklyn, we are New York, right? And they choose to silence us. We invited many elected officials, right? State Senator Jabari Brisport. Okay. State Senator Jabari Brisport said presente, and he joined with us. Right? We've been working really hard, all of you, right? This is about the genocide. This is about innocent people, children whose lives are being taken, yet they continuously choose to ignore us. They continuously, the Navy Yard, let me be specific, is supposed to be meant for innovation, for small businesses, right? For people, for startups. And as they like to tow MWBEs, right? But and it's being subsidized. As we know, there is no manufacturing space really anymore in New York. This is why places like the Navy Yard were created, to give opportunities to us. And this is what they talk about. Yet, there's still no spaces for people who look like us, for young people, but they find a way to give thousands of square footage to companies who profit off of genocide and war. For months and months, we've made demands, we've met with them. We've tried to have, a sincere conversation. Instead, they come back with lies. They don't come back with commitments. They surround us with police. I even dare to say at one point they had snipers on a roof when we met them. Enough is enough. We have reached out to elected officials who show compassion, but they're not here today. Right? They're not here today. And, a message I want to send to them and to the board members. Many of the board members are actually people from nonprofits, from people that actually care. But their silence is complicity. Enough is enough. Our tax dollars should not be subsidizing multi-million-dollar corporations. And so I just wanted to just share my sentiment, but the silence today, seeing you all here expressing yourselves, them surrounding us with police. They believe they just arrested 7 comrades a little while ago and took them. This is a shame. They didn't even take them to the local precinct. Again, like they did before. They'll take them out of the district, the 75th precinct. As we know, that is one of the most notorious precincts in Brooklyn. I'm sorry, this is Oh, yes. Another thing, the public space, Building 92, that's an open public space. They closed the gates to prevent us from doing our press conference there. They lined it up, shame. They lined it up with security. They tried to silence us, but our voices were heard. I want to thank those of you, the journalists who were there to hear our message. I just want to thank you all on behalf of the team, but they're going to continue speaking. But the fight must continue. La lucha sigue.
We're here at Brooklyn Navy Yard because there are 2 weapons manufacturers
manufacturers inside these buildings, in our backyard right here in Brooklyn. This is not what the community is about. This is not what Brooklyn is about. Just a while ago, a few blocks away, there was a blockade by activists at the entrance to the Navy Yard where 7 comrades were brutally arrested and assaulted. During that, a resident or a worker of the Navy Yard tried to break through the blockade and got into a fight with the photographer and assaulted him and caused a gash on his chin that needs to have stitches. When that happened, there were at least 15 police officers around who saw what happened, who saw the blood pouring down his chin and neck, and not one offered first responder or medical care. When they tried to file a complaint, every officer ignored them. It was at least an hour before anyone responded and said that an ambulance was coming. Shame on the Brooklyn Navy Yard and shame on the NYPD. They do not protect us.
I also want to highlight that one of our comrades who was here chanting was brutally arrested, and their mic, they handed it over, and still they were chased into the building, they were slammed on the ground, disrespected. Shame. They will try every tactic to not have us come back, but we will be back. We will be stronger, we will be here with more numbers. And we will not stop fighting for a free Palestine.
We want justice, you say how? We want justice.